I'm going to let every parent in here in on a little secret. Teenagers are idiots. It's true. But if we have mastered one thing, it's the art of rearranging our words. We are fantastic at this. So I bet half of you have gotten this call. Mom, Dad, look, I just got my grade back on the math quiz. Now, before I tell you what it is, you should know that everyone did worse than I did. Okay, I got like the best grade in that class. Everything has an explanation, an excuse, and just like we take our words very seriously, it's the same from the other end. Yeah, we might be indirect to you, but if you're indirect to us, you had better pray to whatever God you believe in that we understand you, or at least stop pretending like we don't. Words for us are so important, and everything in the world will only make sense once we've heard them. And this is the reason why, once in a while, I question why my mother didn't always say, I love you. Not always, but every once in a while. Because for some time, the idea that the words I love you weren't all too common in my family was scary. I mean, yeah, she said it, but not as often as other moms. Never as often as other moms. The best example I can give of this is my finals of senior year. I had studied all night for this test, had a slight mental breakdown at breakfast, got to school early, and sat down in the room ready to be served my death in multiple choices. Everyone else was getting texts from their mothers that read, "You'll do great, honey, I believe in you." And then my phone buzzed. I checked and found a text from my mother. The message read as follows: "Honey, if you fuck this up, your father and I will not disown you." Thanks, Mom. These words to me aren't new. I hear things like this all the time, and I absorb and use them more than I could ever know. When I was 5, I made my best friend in preschool cry because I called him a loser. And when my mother confronted me about it, I simply said, "But Mom, doesn't loser mean I love you?" Because that was how to say it in my family. Love is expressed through jeers. And this is the reason why I question the idea of love. If I can't hear it all the time, then where is it? It wasn't until I went to college and I was separated from my parents that I realized just where it had been. There. When I call my mother at 11 o'clock at night and begin with something that sounds like, "Mom, I'm fat and alone and ugly and everyone hates me. I just want to drop out of school and live in a box and I'm stupid and dumb and probably have an exotic disease and I don't have a boyfriend and my life is over." She tells me, "Lily, I'm going to hang up now." "Call me when you're done being insane." And what she really means is, "You're beautiful, and I can't stand it when you say you aren't." And after my grandfather died, every praise began to include his memory. Papa would have been so proud. And those were the best we could have ever received. And when the son of my mother's friend got so seriously ill that mortality was questioned, my mother called me every day just to say hello. And when I came home that weekend to visit and we ended up alone in the car together, my mother looked at me and said, "You know, I'm really glad you're home." I had never heard those words in my life. And the more I realized that during my everyday life, the more I begin to realize my own subtext. When I tell my mother that I didn't do well on a test, but everyone did better than I did, I'm saying, "I love you. Please don't stop being proud of me." When I tell her that my life is over, I'm just saying, "I'm homesick. I miss you." And even more than that, I've begun to realize that other mothers do it too. I'm not alone. But this language has too many different accents, too many different dialects, that I had failed to even understand it. And when I tell my friends about the time my mother tackled me to the floor and broke her toe, or about the terrible texts, or when she playfully whacks me with a wooden spoon, they gasp in shock. Just like me, it's something they can't understand. And maybe they never will. But that, I'm beginning to understand, is completely okay. Love is not direct, I've come to realize. Love is understanding. And I am privileged enough not only to share my mother's hair and eyes, but also the strange language that she has taught me. Everything that she says comes with an underlying message. Clean up your shit. I love you. That's my chair. Move your ass. I love you. Your boobs look great today. I love you. I love you. I love you. Mom, I will always be your loser. I love you.